How tight-knit is the bartending community here in Malaysia?
That's a loaded... No, I'm joking.
Hello, welcome to Chew on This, a food talk show with Malaysia's top culinary talents, exploring the many influences our palate has on our personality through food, drink, and banter. I'm Tian, and I'll be your host into this world of good eats and gastronomy. On today's episode, I've got two friends from the bar industry and respected figures here in the studio with me, Jon Lee and Amanda Wan.
Hello.
Hello. Jon is the founder and head bartender of Penrose KL, a sleek, fantastic cocktail bar in the heart of Chinatown that ranked 8th on Asia's 50 Best Bars list, earning Penrose the title of the Best Bar in Malaysia 2024, titled by the organization. Jon, how are you? What's been new with you?
I've been very good. Been a very nice 15 days of January. Things are going well. I think even the industry is seeing a brighter amount of guests interested in cocktails. Yeah,
it's a good.
So far good year.
Yeah, great to hear. Jon, I don't know if you remember, but do you remember the first time we first met?
Ooh, it's a loaded question. I think it was about maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Easily.
Wow, pretty good memory. Yeah.
Do
you remember where?
It was when I was doing Bad Monty, isn't it? When I was doing the wine.
No, it was at Luce. Is it called Luce? MBS, on top Italian restaurant, Lavo.
Right.
And you were still with Tippling Club, I believe, at the moment.
Was that doing
World's 50 Best? Yes.
Yeah,
and then I had the best Bloody Mary. I had 3 actually, and I was pretty wasted by the time I went on the plane.
Yeah, that was
All
great.
thanks to Jon. All thanks to Jon.
Because that was a Gin Murray
Yes.
thing, and then I did the competition, and he told me to bartend for the chefs.
Yes, it was fun.
Fun.
Amanda is the head bartender of 3XCo, making her way back to Malaysia after working abroad in famed bars in New York, Singapore, and Hong Kong. She's helmed 3XCo for almost a year at this point, and her efforts has helped the bar rank 56 on Asia's 50 Best Bars extended list. Care to share a little bit of what you've been up to, Amanda?
Hi. Yes, we have launched a new menu last year, and this year it's more of tweaking and refining, and also getting the team to work together even more cohesively. I was very lucky. I inherited a very, very talented team. So now it's just to make sure everything is well-oiled and going to be running smoothly autopilot anytime, any given day.
Well, I tried quite a number of drinks from the new menu, and it was a really awesome thing.
Yay, glad you like.
Amanda, do you remember when we met?
I think it must have been 2020.
I think so.
When I first came back during the pandemic, and during the small pockets of openings allowed, we met at IKEA 1.0.
Fantastic memory, man.
Yes.
With Sean. Sean was there.
With Sean, because Sean and I were doing the Anak Malaysia show.
That's right. Yes.
Right. And also I guess that was what kick-started everything. I am now Anak Malaysia, back in Malaysia. Guys, I am Malaysian.
Yes, good to have you back.
From Hong Kong, from Malaysia.
Yes, no matter what you read online,
Love you.
Malaysian. Okay, so these two are here today to help me find out why Malaysia is one of Asia's fastest growing cocktail markets. What's fueling this rapid growth, and what this means for our F&B industry. But before we jump to that, I just want to get to know you guys a little bit better, because every time I'm at the bar, your bars, I don't really get to talk to you. You're working. So I want to know how you guys got into bartending in the first place, and what drew you to this career?
Just one go.
Oh, yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Oh.
1, 2, 3.
I go first.
Okay, go first.
What got me into bartending? Literally by accident.
Oh.
I fell off my gate. I had an accident. I fell off my gate. I dislocated my elbow, and I had to take a break. And then a friend called me and said, "Hey, I have a client here looking for part-time bartenders. You interested?" I said, "Bro, I only got experience in coffee and wine."
And one hand.
Yeah, and one arm.
Very important part. How do you make drinks with one arm?
獨臂英雄, the one-arm hero. But he was like, no, they're keen, so why don't you come? And I went to go and meet the owners and the general manager at that time, and they hired me on the spot. I started work the next day, and the rest is history.
Ever since then?
Ever since then, no.
Oh, cool.
2006.
Wow.
You do the math, like my math.
Jon, how about you?
Was in culinary first, opened a restaurant, thought I was hot stuff, burned out in a year, wanted to take a break, just to, take my mind off cooking. Applied to be a bartender, then wanted to go back to the kitchen. Someone's like, "Hey, think you make a good bartender, don't go back to the kitchen." I'm like, yeah. It's going to be in Singapore. This is the pay. cool. And that was it.
Say no more.
Yeah. So again, like it wasn't planned, like, and that's it. Been
It's a
doing it
happier
for-
coincidence
Yeah.
for both of you.
This was in 2016.
Oh, okay. So, obviously you guys have a wealth of experience of bartending under your belt. What do you think is the biggest misconception people have about the profession, about bartending?
You drink a lot,
Usually it's like, can you do the bottle flip?
The flaring is...
I'm like, nah, man. I mean, like, if it's a drink, okay, no, it's amazing. That's it. You got it.
Can you juggle? Can you fire?
Yeah.
So almost like a circus act, like people are
But it's
expecting.
getting lower. I think the frequency of that question is getting lower.
yeah?
I think early on was a lot of that. Oh, you're a bartender, especially like, not in the bar, but outside. They're like, so you can do the fire thing. I was like,
I mean, like, I love working flair. If someone can actually adopt working flair into their actual
Yes.
routine,
Right.
I think it's fantastic. It's like really, really mesmerizing to watch. But if you're doing it just for the sake of it, then
Right.
Yeah, it's different. It's a different style of bartending. But
Right,
I think
so
it was at the time was the popular one.
correct.
There's a lot of showmanship involved. And it, like you said, if it's weaved organically into the narrative of the bar, then fine, instead of just doing it for the sake of
It's
doing it.
incredible to see. I can't flare. Yeah, but I appreciate the craft behind it.
My hand-eye coordination is so bad that I don't even drive.
Oh, okay.
Let's leave it like that.
So, juggling out of the question.
Anyway.
All right. Can you guys share a particularly unforgettable or challenging experience you've had while behind the bar?
So many, I can't even.
I know,
pick
right?
one.
It's like, which one is...
It's like you hide the trauma behind, and then it's like life is good.
The onions are the onion is peeling right now.
If I would say it will be the first day on the job.
Why?
Because like I'm so used to in the kitchen cooking and high working environment, you can do whatever you want as long as your chef doesn't yell at you. But in the bar, you hold the jigger first time, it's a bit weird. You pour, there's like 6 people looking at you like, God, what do I do? So that was hard for me.
Ganjiang.
Yeah, I just like, can you just look somewhere else? Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it's like it took 3 months to overcome that. Yeah. But after that, it was okay. That was the hardest for me, the first day of bartending.
Amanda, how about you?
Don't know, something just came to mind that I feel like suddenly very serious.
Ooh.
No, because people forget how people-facing we are and how much we need to compartmentalize our own emotions. So right before shift, once I found out that my mentor passed away, and I just had to go through a whole roller coaster of emotions, pack everything, do a quick cry, break down a bit, and then after that, put my smile face back on and back on shift.
That sounds tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're right. A lot of guests coming to whether it's a bar, whether it's a restaurant, they forget it's a hospital, it's a service, and they don't think about what the other person, the human element of the chef, of the bartender, the team.
That's a great view, yeah.
People always see that we're, on all the time, we're, in high spirits and we're ready to be of service, but they don't see that we are also humans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I asked John before the show, how are you? He said, I'm always on. So you're going to tell me a secret, dude.
Just say you're always on. Basically.
The energizer bunny.
Yeah.
So it's the, 自我催眠. You
Self-fulfilling
hypnotize.
prophecy. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, I want to ask you, what's, in your experience, what's the one drink that people like to come and order, and whether you love or dread making it? It could be different for you guys, but, just want to know if there's a specific pet peeve cocktail that you don't like making or love making, actually.
Actually, you know what? When people come and order like really simple drinks, they want like Long Island iced tea, they want like tequila sunrise. If we have the ingredients, we'll make it. It's not beneath us, and we're not above anything to say like, these are like party drinks, but we love a good party drink. If you want a Ramos, you bring the cream, I make for you, you shake.
So difficult, complex ones that require a lot of ingredients that you may not have in the bar.
And I have the ingredients, I will make it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically.
I think the most made drink in Penrose is one of our signatures, which is the Ume Fuji. That's relatively easy because it takes time to make and it's an open pour kind of drink. Difficult one with the volume that we do definitely will be a Ramos. I think we all can agree with that. I think making a Ramos is fine. It's just the issue is managing expectation. Because you can make one, it's amazing, and then suddenly everybody wants it. So Chicken and Pony is really smart. They just do it in a way, create a system, Ramos for everyone. I think Ramos is always the issue with wow, what's that? It's gin and cream, lactose intolerant, but looks amazing. Give me one.
I mean, you've actually had lactose intolerant people order it.
Trying it, yeah.
Wow.
Because, it looks amazing.
Yeah.
No, it's always like that. Do you have any allergies? But I will try.
Yeah.
You're like, please don't die.
Visual features, right? It's beautiful.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
At
Give
least
it
you
to
did
me.
your due diligence and you asked them if they have.
Correct.
Like, I'll
Please
make
sign
one for
here.
Yeah.
We'll make one for you, but it's like half an hour wait. Is that right?
Cool. Thanks for sharing. How about I'm sure, while you guys were working behind the bar, you've come across celebrities, famous people once, twice, I don't know. Who, in your opinion, was the most famous or interesting person you've ever served while behind the bar?
I mean, I can relate to that because if it's really busy, you don't really think about, that's Mel Gibson, you're like, cool. And then when it's done, you're like,
what would you
"Is
like
that-"
for a drink?
Yeah,
Like.
boom. Yeah, actually, I'm sure there are a few, but I don't know. I think
I'm sure across the events and all that we've done, there were probably some pretty famous, important celebrities.
Yeah.
But every guest is a VIP.
yeah.
Oh.
So, yeah, you can quote me on
Best
that.
answer. That's the best. That's the best answer.
Yeah. I guess the most important people I served were my parents. Yeah, because they were like, what's this nightclub job? I was like, it's not a nightclub. It's a bar. It's a cocktail bar.
Do your parents enjoy cocktails?
They will appreciate one. Yeah. Now that they have seen me do my work for long enough. So I invited them to the bar and made them a drink, and
That's
they were
nice.
like, "Oh, this is quite nice." I was like, "Yeah, not a Feng Tao Chan. Thank you."
Yeah.
Right. Okay. We were talking a little bit about how a lot of guests and a lot of people come to the bars, they don't know what's behind the scene. And I think one of the reasons why I wanted you guys on the show was kind of debunk the myth of the bartending scene a little bit. And maybe we can also touch on a little bit of some of the maybe secrets of the trade that most people don't know. Those who don't belong in the bar industry
We got secrets one
are
day?
not privy. I'm sure
I
you
don't
have
think
some
we have secrets.
tips and
We clean a lot.
Oh.
We're always washing and drying and cleaning and scrubbing. Yeah.
Right.
I would say it's bartending is not so much of a craft or an art in the initial stages. It's a memory game. If you can remember table numbers, the drinks, the allergies, your recipes, I think if you've got good memory, you'll be a very good bartender. If you're very crafty, but you don't have the benchmark to remember basics, it can be a bit challenging. Doesn't mean you're a bad bartender, but it's harder to work with a team.
I see.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed.
Because you may be out of sync with someone who wants something. And
Yeah, because it's all memory and it's really like 6 people ask you, I want this, this. Then someone says hi to you, and then you take a quick shot with someone, and you go back, you're like, why am I here? Right?
Right, yeah. I mean,
Stand in front of POS.
Yeah. But it can be practiced,
right,
right.
Muscle
Yeah.
memory. Yeah.
It can be just kind of subconscious to a point. Once you do it long enough, you kind of just know the gist of it.
I see. I was just gonna say, how this Chinese hawker center, they remember everyone's order.
One box,
it's customized. Yeah,
300 dishes.
yeah.
Correct,
No,
correct.
that's really
I once
impressive.
hired a part-timer because I asked her, what's your work experience? And she said, just in my hometown, work at a dim sum restaurant. I was like, you're hired.
Come. Yeah.
Come,
Oh,
please.
dim sum must be mad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, on this topic, how about tips to handle, say, difficult customers? Any strategies?
You gotta managing expectations again, right? If you notice that this particular person comes in a bit hostile, you gotta accept it for a while. To what degree? And then you make a choice. And if someone's really like this, you kind of just accept it, read body language. If you know that they are angry and then you feed back that energy, you're gonna have a bad time. So you can manage to convert this particular person to be your friend at the end of the night, I think you win. The chances are low, but if that happens, they usually will come back every single time. Because they will always have a bad experience everywhere they go, regardless of their attitude.
True.
So if you can convert that, you've got a repeating customer every time. Because everywhere I go, not good. It's like, honestly, it's you, mate.
But you can't say that.
Yeah, of course you can't. But generally, that's the little trick that I teach the team. They're hostile, go low. Yeah.
It's the kill them with kindness.
Yeah.
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 It's
Yeah,
super
it's
patient.
easier said than done for sure,
Yes,
but
yes.
you just have to be continuously
Because some people
soft
just
law.
seek a reaction.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's the power control. I don't know, it's weird. People are weird.
But if they are aggressive, I'll just escalate.
Yeah. There are boundaries.
I'm not shy about calling security, calling the police. I'm like, this is really out of my zone already. This is out of my abilities. And
done
I
it
don't
before?
want to get anybody, I call security all
I
the
think
time.
every manager has done it before.
all the time.
Then it's like, get
like
me the manager, and then like, yes.
like the president is a red
and then
button
after
under the
that,
desk.
like, hello.
Yeah, there's a
police.
limit to it because if you maintain that, it's just going to ruin service for the guests next to them and everyone.
And
It's
I
not
don't want to
worth
put
it.
my team at risk. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Just remove the problem.
Yeah.
I see. So your tips is to just call with security straight away.
It's not that extreme. She'll still do what I do for sure.
This tips
And I will do
are
what she does if we cross the line. Yeah.
these tips are applicable to hospitality as well, not just the bartending.
There's no
scene, right?
absolution, bro.
Hey,
You're bad.
seriously?
Out.
What about regular customers? So let's say you've had a menu for a while, and you get this guy who comes back every month, maybe once every 2 weeks. And how do you keep regular customers engaged?
You get to know them first. Yeah. Just like, the whole good memory thing. For us, we will always remember the person and their drink.
Not their names.
And not their names.
Oh, really? So you
Talking about
memorize
face
by
blind.
face and
Legit,
drink.
like,
No,
I met you in
no.
Hong Kong,
Like-
50 best, we were in Kinnery.
Yes, I
I made you a
remember
drink.
everything else.
And I'm doing a shift there. What's your name? They're like, what the? No,
But
it
I remember
happens.
everything else about you.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a secret skill, man. I didn't even know it
No,
existed.
and not really. A lot of bartenders have it.
Cool. Superpower.
So once you already know, like, what their likes and dislikes
Right,
are,
right,
what are their, preferences, their interests and all that. So you already can strike up a conversation quite easily. People like feeling comfortable. And if you can make them feel comfortable, they are more likely to return to see you, to spend time with you.
Yeah, just building that trust and
Correct.
you got a memory game. If they like this drink, you can branch out to another classic or something and just rinse and repeat. Yeah, they usually come back for the person, not so much the drink. I feel I'm the same with bartenders. I go and see the person just to spend time. The drinks are a bonus after a while.
So after a while, it's more the personality first.
Yeah, it
before-
starts off with the drink, with the trust of your craft. Then after that, it's like maybe whatever you like.
Okay.
I don't think we're getting replaced by robots.
Well, I love to think so.
I like to think so. I would like a livelihood, thanks.
Yes. Okay. Next question. How, with your travels and working abroad, how has your personal style or philosophy of bartending evolved over the years?
Okay, she looked at me. I'll answer. I think it's changed a lot. Like my first bar job was tippling, theatrical, progressive, classic driven, but thoughtful. And then when I did open Penrose, I wanted to use that same philosophy. But I can't copy what Ryan Clift and Joe Scott have done at that time, right? It wouldn't be fair. So I think it's finding what you are, what you like when you're at home, what's your style and your way of doing things personally. I just took that, Penrose. So clean, efficient, easy, cut out the clutter. And I won't say it's too minimalist, but it's thoughtful and removing what's unnecessary. So that's kind of a bit like Penrose style.
I started in the era of like all your classic club drinks lah. So
Oh yes, that's right.
those were the fun times. And I think over time you've come back full circle to people just want to have fun. So you want to make drinking a fun experience for most people. Good drinks are a given. They need to be balanced in flavor, they need to be attractive, they need to be priced right. But also what else you can give to your guests when they come through the door. So yeah, if you can give them a good time, give them a night to remember, then you've succeeded. Yeah. Personal style, I guess, hospitable. Just be human, be hospitable, be kind,
Everyone loves them.
be inclusive. Oh, but personal style, fashion, now I just wear like brand and bar merch. Don't need to buy clothes anymore.
Last time?
Last time still need to buy a lot of clothes. Now just wear whatever people give me.
You are the
Yes.
brand. Boom. Yeah.
So, again, on this note of your experience overseas, after spending years working in countries with respected and developed cocktail scenes like Singapore, Hong Kong, and then coming back, what would you say is the unique thing about the Malaysian drinking scene as compared to other Asian nations?
Okay, I really enjoy the Malaysian scene because we are very diverse. We have got all kinds of bars.
Yeah.
We've got the beer bars, we've got the sports bars, we've got the fancy cocktail bars, and we all. But also, we've got local flavors incorporated. We've got just a lot of different styles. And some people are all about maximalism. Some people are all about minimalism. Some people are inspired culinary-wise. And so on and so forth. So now also we have a lot of hybrid bars where you have music and drinks all in the same place, and it's very fun. There's a lot to see, there's a lot to experience, and you are spoiled for choice. Yeah, I feel like there are some cities that we go to where a lot of the cocktail bars are similar in terms of like vibe, style, decor.
Following a trend per se.
Correct.
You mean outside of Malaysia? You don't
Yeah,
see
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so I feel like at least in Malaysia, there's still that freshness to it. So yeah, I really enjoy being in Malaysia, especially right now.
Yeah.
How about you, John? What's unique about Malaysia? You know,
I think it's a double-edged sword in that sense. We don't have a lot of cocktail drinkers, and I think there's an advantage to that. So you have to make something unique. Like the trend part that we talked about, some cities and countries, they got a huge volume of drinkers. So it's okay opening up a series of bars that are quite similar because there's a surplus of suppliers.
Right.
A surplus of guests drinking. Whereas in Malaysia, it's so little, so you got to capture their attention and see what sticks to them, and always trying to create something a bit unique.
but as you mentioned earlier, and really what the catalyst of this episode is, and I mean, throughout last year when I was just reading up about bar scene, just being in touch in the drink scene, there are a lot of bars popping up. The industry is growing.
Yeah.
As people in the forefront and epicenter of this flourishing cocktail scene, how would you explain this boom?
Like,
A lot of people coming back.
Oh, you see that?
As in, you have people who were based overseas who have now moved back to Malaysia. You have us who have worked overseas and we moved back to Malaysia.
Joel Poon as well from
Correct.
Reka. Yeah.
So it's more and more people who are well-traveled and well-drunk, I suppose, if that's a word. And then, we bring... It's nice to see Malaysian talent coming back home, the professionals, and people who appreciate a good drink. And
Yeah, I think at the same time as well, like when Malaysians do travel overseas and work for a while, you do get a lot of knowledge from your mentors or your peers at the time because they all have different experiences, backgrounds, and cultures. Then by the time you come back, if you do commit yourself long enough in that particular craft and come back, you can find your own style. And then what you offer back is something unique. Because you get to pick and choose what do I want to create. That's something of maybe my brand, my personality, or what my interest is. Then it always becomes unique versus like, oh, this is doing well, rinse, repeat, copy, same thing. But it doesn't have character.
Right.
I think bars in Malaysia have a lot of character.
So you were saying a little bit earlier that Malaysian drinkers, the volume is not as big
much,
as, let's say, Thailand or Singapore. Why do you think that's the case? Why are people not drinking cocktails, or is it just a lack of awareness or education, you think?
I don't know. I could be fired for this, but I believe it's basically the price point. The taxation is very
Of
high.
course.
Like if cocktails were 20 ringgit, every bar will be full every day. So I think it's mainly the currency thing, but that's something we can't control. So I think
The economy, spending power.
I think what we can control is the value we give back with this set price that is become the benchmark of the Malaysian price for a cocktail. So, I mean, we're still figuring it out. It's been 2 years that I've been back and really seeing the market rapidly grow. We'll see what happens next couple of years,
But I want to rewind a little bit to how people are more and more. I think cocktail drinkers are blossoming. The amount of cocktail drinkers in the city. Evidenced by the amount of bars coming up. Right. What would be your advice to people looking to dip their toes into the world of cocktails? For someone completely new, what should they try? Where should you go? Any advice? Drink more.
no, because actually we have been getting a lot of first-time cocktail drinkers.
Yeah, okay.
A lot.
It's very heartwarming because they'll come and then they'll be like, oh, I've never been to a bar before. This is my first cocktail bar, my first cocktail. What should I have? And then you suddenly feel the pressure. You're like, you
precious thing
didn't
we
make
must
or
take
break
care.
it already. Oh,
Yeah.
baby, yes. So yeah.
So what do you tell them?
Well, we basically ask like, what sort of
I played off
flavors do
cool.
you
Like, what's up,
like?
man?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
John will be like, everything 好喝. Yeah.
if it's when I'm in China, that's what I do. It's good. 好喝, 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 好喝. So I need 4-5 drinks, right? But anyway, sorry, go back.
But
I
anyway,
digress.
it's just have a chat with them, get to know what they like. It just like usual drinks. Do you like your drinks sweet or do you like your drink sour? And then after that, pick and choose something that's easy for them to go into. Yeah, so
The question is drinkers drinking or opening bar?
Drinking.
Drinkers drinking, yeah. So
Drinkers
let's say a
drinking,
first time,
yes.
they're
Go
intimidated, they
to
go into a
cocktail
bar.
bars.
What kind of tips would you give them?
I think when Penrose first opened, people were very confused on what we were, especially the Malaysian market. We don't sell bottles, there were no brands. They were like, the hell is this, So we let them try our drinks, and I think it was a bit polarizing for their flavors because we do very clean, intentional flavors. Some people like it, some people won't. I think that's fair for any flavor. And, some people say like, I really love this drink. This is amazing. It's the best I've had. But I don't like this bar, this bar, this bar, this bar, this bar. And then we have this training in the team where we always defend other bars. So if they say like, this is my favorite bar in Malaysia, I don't like that bar, you'll say wrong. You can't go into a Japanese restaurant and say you don't like fish. So you have to identify the types of bars you have, right? And you've got bars that are experimental, you've got bars that are classic, you've got spirit-focused bars, you've got hotel bars, you've got, let's say, elevated classics. If you don't like rum, why would you go to a rum bar and then, complain to the world that that's a bad bar? So we try breaking it down that in restaurants, you've got these categories.
Yes.
Bars don't. Besides hotel and bar.
That's true.
Yeah. So if I tell them like, oh my God, I love ferments and kombucha, Reka, you will love every single drink there. You don't like kombucha, you don't like ferments or funky flavors, you'll have a bad time. You don't like clean drinks, you want something theatric, you'll have a bad time in Penrose. So they get like, damn, all right, holy shit. So if we can do just like 3 guests a day.
You just opened their mind and blew their mind.
Yeah. Just 3 guests a day, if they come in and ask these questions, or at least we share this with them, you're kind of slowly allowing them to tell their friends what's going on in a category of a bar.
I see.
But also that's why having bartenders who enjoy being with people is so important.
Yeah.
Because when they sit at the bar, at least then they can engage with the bartender, they
need
can
to
ask
understand,
questions, they can see what we're making, and then they can, inquire like, oh, what's this ingredient, what are you putting in, what does it taste like, and then we can let them try small bits and bits. Yeah, so it's very interactive. So if they want to learn more about drinking, they should go out drinking more. I mean, there's only so much you can learn from like Instagram and Xiaohongshu, okay? So you really have to go out there and experience it, and then you don't discount yourself with just one experience and then decide, oh, I don't like this place. Yeah.
I'm sure you've had this experience before when we were just becoming bartenders. We try a classic, oh my God, hate it. Then you try 4 different drinks in the next couple of weeks, and you're like, actually, I really like that first drink.
Martini.
Right? Because
the first time you try a martini, you're like, oh my God.
So I had a chat with Ryan Chetty about the difference of taste and flavor. And then Ryan Chetty was saying that flavor is based off intelligence. It is like a muscle. You got to keep tasting something for you to understand it. And then once you realize it, you're like, okay, it's refinement, right? So no one starts off loving a martini or a Negroni. I mean, Negroni is subjective. Some people love it. Yeah. But in time, you try so many things like martini. And I want this brand.
And there's a reason why it's a classic.
And you go back to a classic, because it's clean and it's refined.
Actually, it's the same adage I have. Like, there can be no appreciation without education. So the more you learn, the more you appreciate about just anything, right?
Correct.
Yeah. But yeah, great tip. I mean, getting to know people and what they like. I think a lot of people who come into bars, especially first timers, people I speak to are first timers, and I don't know anything about cocktails. They get very intimidated. They forget that
it is quite intimidating.
Yeah, because they don't know any of this. What bottles are being used, what liquor is being used, all these things. It's
so ask them back. What do you like?
Yeah. Okay. On that note, what 3 bars you would recommend to viewers looking to start, besides your own bar, of course? That's a given. We start with 3 in Malaysia.
I will recommend each other for sure. I mean,
of course, that's a given.
100%. If you want something really fun and experimental that you'll never taste anywhere else in Malaysia, both of us can agree is Breca. Right? We've got the same palate anyways, more or less. So
actually, for people who are just starting out, right?
Yes.
Just starting out.
I'm just trying to give them like options and from experts like yourself.
I really enjoy Soma.
Soma, actually yes. Soma is one of the best bars to start off. You're really like, I don't know what's going on.
I see.
Yeah.
How come?
His flavors are relatable, straight to the point, and very old school style. Yeah, no fluff. You're right.
Top tips.
I love every drink there.
There you go.
Soma,
you're listening.
Jason Julian. You're right. Really, that's a perfect bar to start if you don't know anything.
How about you, Amanda? Would you add anything else?
Coley.
Coley's neighborhood bar. Try their cocktail series. Amazing.
Yeah, I love it. Rum and Jambu is
Gin
my first drink all
coconut.
the time.
Me, gin coconut.
It's either the
Rum Jambu, bro.
yeah,
What
Rum
is
Jambu.
rum?
Team Rum Jambu.
Gin coconut.
Yeah, it's actually my neighborhood bar because it's like literally 5 minutes from where I live.
Oh, easy.
And now they have fantastic food. Oh my god.
Yeah, great
I
stuff.
think last year they really bumped up the food game. Yeah.
Yes. So you know how we were talking about bartending has evolved, the cocktail scene is growing here. How do you think Malaysians view bartending as a profession?
Wow. This one long answer.
I think we got to go and ask the guys, like, what do you think about bartenders?
Have you? I mean, your friends and family, don't they say, "Oh, wow, you're a bartender"? Like, you know, they're kind of like.
Mother nearly
I think right
disowned
now
me.
in Instagram, all they see like is just bartenders fly all over the place.
So very glam, very glam.
I mean,
It's
I
like,
don't know if it's
ooh,
them,
you're on
like,
magazine covers and you
Yeah,
travel
yeah,
all
yeah.
the time.
it's like, how did this happen? What did I miss? You know, so I don't know. I think it's a really fun job, and it is a fun job. But going back to that notion of we're still humans, I think that comes into play as well. Yeah, it is interesting.
But there are some of us who really like take all of the airtime for granted, and there are some of us who are actually putting in the work behind the scenes as well. You know that every trip is not just a trip, but it's for you to learn about other styles behind the bar and other cultures, and also what can you take away to implement in your own venues, and also how can you sort of build a longer table for each other so that we can elevate both sides at the same time. And, you know, when I started out, my parents were very much against it, and especially for women. And, you know, it's the late nights and they're not sure about the crowds, what kind of people that you may meet and, you know, get mixed with. But, yeah, it's now they see more and more that it is a profession.
Yes.
And also how we carry ourselves when we go out. It's not just, you know, shot, drunk, but it's really get to know people, make the connections and grow together. So like for me also now we've done WSET level 3 in spirits, and so that's becoming more available within the region as well. You have it in Hong Kong, you have it in Singapore. So it's not just wine previously where, you know, this is the only sort of professional accreditation that you can get. But now for spirits, it's growing more and more. So we just want to make sure that more and more people are aware of it, not just for those who want to develop themselves, but for those who are getting to know us as, what do bartenders do? What are they like?
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
yeah.
I think there's this question as well. I think one of my friends asked me, it's like, "Oh, what time do you wake up?" I was like, 8, 9, 10. So early.
Why so early?
What time does the bar open? He said like 7. You can wake up at 6, what? I was like, wow. You know? So there's a lot of preparation that goes behind bartending.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of the probably insider, I wouldn't say like secrets,
like-
but
Cocktails ready, let's go. I wait.
everything just right now, we go now.
Making the drinks are the easiest part. Really, I think just all the back work. You got to
The
wake up
prep
quite
work.
early, yeah.
All the admin, all of your
I
paperwork.
mean, it's just like a restaurant. You gotta prep before you start making the dishes, right? Yeah, it's the same thing.
A bar is a business, right?
Yes,
You're buying
yes.
your suppliers. You don't have this, you need that. Yeah, finding replacements, all sorts of things.
I definitely think the perception has improved over time. Yeah. As the quality and standard of our bars also improve, so too does the perception.
We have day job too.
Day job. It's like 24-hour job for you guys, man. Like, I don't know how you do it. Actually, I was just asking Amanda before we started recording. I was like, you know, how do you guys eat? Like, you know, your eating times must be very different. Like, just like chefs, where they don't eat normal meals.
Yeah.
Is it true?
Built different. No, I think you get used to it. I think if you ask any regular person who has an office job to do F&B, we've seen it many times. They start like 2-3 days and they are sick for a week. Yeah, it's so much of sensory overload. You're really using every part of your body.
Yeah.
So MC. So you have to be you get used to it. I think you can start it when you're a bit older, but you have to understand that it's gonna hit a bit harder.
Right. I mean, on that note, so you say people from office jobs come. So again, the perception is because the cocktail scene is developing and people are looking at it, wow, you know, maybe I want to try my hand in that. Do you find more people coming over from non-hospitality side
We've
to
seen
work?
more career changes.
Yes, they have.
Yeah.
And you know, I always say like it's very easy looking at someone's doing it for a long time. But then when you come in again, that memory game comes in, you're like, hi, excuse me, and you're like, what? I don't even know my name. And then there's so many things going on. It's like, John, clean my table there. You're like, oh.
You get overwhelmed.
Yeah,
very
so it's
easily.
really essentially overload. So the work is, I won't say it's easy or hard, but you get used to it. Yeah, like any other job, you ask me to do finance, I'll go cross-eyed with all the members, right? And then I'll probably MC for 3 days. So, yeah. So every industry, if you do a drastic switch,
Yeah, fair enough.
it's a shock.
Fair
Yeah.
enough, yes.
Actually, on the question of how we eat, right? Coming back this past year, I feel like I've managed to establish a much better routine than I have when I wasn't working. Because when you're busy, you then know where are the pockets where you can feed yourself, where you can get some exercise in, get some stretching in, get some friend time in. So when we do like weekly briefings with the team also, we check in and go like, are you eating well?
Yeah.
Are you seeing your friends? Do you have
Water.
time for your hobbies?
Water.
Drink enough water. Yeah, that kind of things.
Okay.
So
It's a
once
very
you
physical job.
correct, it's a very
Yeah.
physical job. So more our boys, they meet up for like volleyball and football and all this kind. Yeah, so they you have to keep yourself active, not just at work but outside of work as well. Then
That's true.
you find that balance for yourself. That
Actually,
you don't
active
burn
rest
out.
is as important as
Yeah.
just resting for 2 days doing nothing.
Being a potato,
Now that you guys have been back for a couple of years, almost a year.
almost a year.
What is your perception of Malaysians as drinkers? What kind of drinking culture do you say we have right now?
Diverse.
I think Malaysians are very adventurous.
Yeah. They try anything that's new.
The good thing is, flavor, food-wise, we are very well trained. We
Yeah.
will eat mostly anything and everything. Yeah.
So that translates to drinks as well?
I think it's relatively easy, and then they just pick what they like and they'll stick to that.
So I guess easygoing?
Easygoing, but again, if they don't like something, it's like they'll never come back. That's the thing.
Oh, so I was going to say easy to please, but no, I guess.
Yeah, but I think they know what they want. Yeah, and they like it, they just go back to that.
I think most importantly, they're open to try anything. So that makes it so much more approachable. Yeah.
Do you think this adventurous side of, like, say, the average Malaysian drinker has translated into, say, greater appreciation for cocktails and hence becoming why more bars are popping up and things like that?
I think you also learn as you taste, and then the more you drink, the more you find out what you like more and what you don't like more. So you gravitate towards what you like more, and naturally, I think as human beings, you will choose what's good for you inherently. So it's what do you call that? Natural instinct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just follow what you like. I think even for us as drinkers, we'll try everything, and then we'll just gravitate to one that fits your palate, your style.
This is what you guys do when you visit like bars overseas
Yeah.
and new bars and
Yeah. I mean, you still have preference of particular bars that you like it either.
yeah. Do you have your bar mixology bartending cap on when you're drinking?
Zero.
Or?
I put myself as
Really?
a guest. Zero.
Yeah, for
Really?
me, it's just 好喝, not so 好喝.
You can switch it off.
I can switch it off because
Yeah.
even if I don't like the drink, I ask what's the inspiration. Then I'll learn to appreciate the flavor.
Cool.
It's my job not to not like drinks. I have to understand everything everyone does.
My general rule is I will pick 2 drinks. One drink that I gravitate towards, and one drink that I will run away from,
Really?
just to try and see what it's like.
Okay.
When you go to a new bar?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'll try a lot. That's why I can talk for 8 hours.
I see.
So give the whole menu.
Okay. So, that's, I guess Malaysians are, I don't know, a majority of your customer base? Safe to say?
I think
50-50.
for Chinatown, it's a good amount of tourists because it's convenient.
Yeah, because I want to know, like, how do international tourists kind of impact the demand and creativity
But last year
in
there
the
was a lot
cocktail
of
scene?
tourists.
Yes.
2024, quite a number of tourists.
Also with lists,
Yes.
like 50 best bars.
Recognition.
Yes, and then people are more curious, and so they'll actually make it a point to come.
Yeah, they go out their
For
way, yeah.
him, he's very. I think you guys are luckier because it's Chinatown.
It's,
you get
in
more
the heart.
like casual footfall,
And it's
whereas
convenient,
for
yeah.
us, we are in the shopping mall. We're out of the way, and people actually make it a point to come and
Yeah,
see
they have to
us.
specifically go to 3X, right?
Yeah, because it's not like you can tell them to go to another cocktail bar in the building, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can. There are other cocktails elsewhere as well. But if they come looking for you, then it is our responsibility, our duty to actually give them a good experience to walk away with. Yeah, it's very mission driven.
How tight knit is the bartending community here in Malaysia?
That's a loaded... No, I'm joking. I suppose like I don't think there's much cliques here in KL.
I think most of us have been good friends for many years.
Yeah. So I think it is pretty tight. Like, I don't think there's much drama. Like, not that I know of, but it's been pretty smooth sailing, opening up a bar, working in a country that I've never bartended in. It's been pretty supportive, actually.
I speak for myself, having come back from being away for so many years. And, John took the time out. There's a couple of our regulars took the time out to actually help me be beta testers for the first list of drinks before they even went live to, our own people. And it's so encouraging to see people, willing to take their own time to help you. Because one of the things it's hard is asking for help, right? Because you never know if people are going to just give you the cold shoulder or say, yeah, sure, and then never lock in a date. Right, so this guy was flying all over the place, but then he's like, "Yeah, sure, I can make time. Just let me know
when,
yeah, lock it in, and then we just get everything done." Wow, that was very moving for me. Yeah. Okay, don't cry.
Well, anytime.
Even for someone who is not in the scene, I mean, as working in the scene as you guys, from the outside, it already looks very tight knit. When I go to places like KL Cocktail Week, Penang Cocktail Week, and everyone's talking about other bars, and it's so cool to see that happen, That's why I wanted to ask you guys, is it actually the same?
Yeah, it's worse.
It's worse?
Yeah, it's worse sometimes.
Like if I have my phone right now, if you just zoom in, it's literally Tetris.
Of bartenders content.
It's fun, but I think you have to love it. It is hard, but you gotta...
with every family, you will have your little squabbles here and there.
Of course.
But that doesn't mean we're antagonistic towards each other, right? It's never gonna be that.
And
case.
I like to share this with a few of my peers as well. Like I said, competition is fine, but tension's the problem. So if I know that Amanda and I are, let's say, opening a bar. Different styles, perfect. Then we can kind of see how we can elevate everything. But if there's tensions like you're going to take my client, you're going to take my staff, then that becomes a problem. So competition has never been an issue. It's tension and miscommunication.
It's all about
assumption.
Growing the cocktail pool, right? You want more and more cocktail drinkers. You want more and more bartenders. And even if, let's say someone from our team wants to go to the other person's team, I would say, yes, figure out what you want to learn, figure out what your goals are, and then if the other bar can help you achieve your goals better, sure, of course. I would rather this person go to another cocktail bar than I lose him to a pub down the street.
Right.
Yeah. So that's, competition is good, but not tension,
I have a follow-up question to that. With the inclusion of Malaysian bars on coveted lists like Asia's 50 best bars, what does that say about the industry as people on the inside? And on the list as well.
People finally know that Malaysia is in between Singapore and Thailand.
That's the key thing.
We exist.
That piece of land in the middle between.
It definitely helps. And at the end, it's something we can't really control. It's based off someone else. So usually I don't think too much about it as well. I mean, I'm extremely grateful to be on a list at a very good number in just 2 years. But I've always told the team, do the work. At the end, it's just, we can't control anything. So if you recognize you're not, but at the end, you give it all, happy days, and people come back for you all the time. And I think that's important.
And we also realize very objectively that the numbers will change drastically from year to year, right? Yeah. So it's not as much of I need to retain this coveted spot, but really we'll do our best, and then whatever we end up at, it's recognition from our peers, cool. But the more important thing is that more and more people learn about cocktail bars. They're like, oh, what is this list? I was like, I want to try cocktails. Oh, which bars should I go to? That sort of thing. So at least there are more first-timers or more casual cocktail drinkers who will get to experience a better drink. And
add into that, you did whatever you did and then you got into the list. And I think what's important is just because you're on a list, don't change and maintain what you were before. Yeah, I think there's I won't say a lot, but I've seen changes where the minute you get into the list, there was a bit of the shift in the craft, the service and everything, and it doesn't become the same bar. I think just maintaining the integrity of who you want to be is as important as what you want to do.
Yeah, I think that's a great lesson. Yeah. Okay, I've been recently reading something that really sparked a kind of a question in my head when I was writing a script for you guys. I think a couple of days ago, the American Surgeon General, which is basically the whatever, they issue warnings that say cigarettes, they put like health warnings in the packet. So he's pushing for them to include a cancer risk on every bottle of alcohol, like let's say like a beer can, because there is studies that show cancer and alcohol link. So he's trying to treat it the same as how we would treat cigarettes, for example. That's just one example of how I think people are becoming more health conscious, and then you get things like more and more people are drinking low ABV. There's a zero proof movement. How does this affect, let's say, the cocktail industry in the future?
I think alcohol is a drug. We've always been dealing with drug in that
dealers.
sense.
It's addictive, right? Yeah.
Yes, which is why we need to practice responsible service of alcohol, which is something we have to do to ourselves and also to our guests. Yeah. And this is already a common practice, even from the moment you step into the industry. Yeah.
I think I was thinking more on the lines of how would this affect the, let's say, the demand for cocktail bars?
I don't think it will change a thing.
Yeah?
If they don't increase taxes on it, it won't change a thing.
It's more monetary thing instead of a health thing.
Yeah.
Guys, we are all in a temporary world. Everything in
is
And
moderation.
there's Instagram, there's so much of knowledge here and there and everywhere. You can kind of see yourself as there's always an agenda behind everything. Right? I mean,
Of course.
Yeah. So right now you say like cup noodles is not good for you. Like, yeah, I know it since I was 7.
I'm still eating this.
Give me that, you know. So we're still a creature of impulse to it.
Right.
So to what degree do you overconsume?
We say pick your vices.
Yeah. I think you should. I mean, if you have 10 vices, then something's wrong. But if you have like 1 or 2,
You
it's
pick one, go all the way, and I'm trying to balance. You know?
all in or nothing.
I had to look at the camera and say,
You should do that.
pick one, go all the way.
Last question. As experts in the industry, right, I want to know what is your prediction for how the Malaysian bar scene will grow?
I'm a bartender, man. Like, I think in that essence, we've got a lot more projects coming up this year and subsequent years in other Southeast Asian countries. If I can sit down and think about it too much, I think that's going to be a problem. But I think if you're on the field, seeing consumers, seeing the bartenders, and also hearing what's happening on an APAC scale, because then I think you can kind of not predict, but there's a guiding force that they say like, this is not really working out here. Then like, okay, let's test it out in Malaysia. All you can do is just do, right? But don't do it to a scale that would bite you back heavily. But I think most people would go to something if it's growing. You can't expect people to, hey John, we'll drink more if you open more bars. But if I open more places that are really fun and give value, the demand will increase because this is fun. I like this. And then it bleeds over. And then if I open something more, Amanda's like, hey, you want to open one? Boom, let's go. And then it bleeds over. So I think sometimes opening up a lot of things, not too quickly, but good quality, can help the market grow versus sitting down and waiting for it to happen. And once your bar's full, then you open a new one. It's a bit harder. It's a bit long-winded, sorry, but yeah.
No.
That's how I see it.
I also see in the future for Malaysia a more diverse pool of talent. That we will attract people who want to come and work in Malaysia because they will be able to weigh the pros and cons of your cost of living and cost of education for some of, my era lah, all having kids already, kids all going to school already. So they need to consider where's a good place to actually raise a family and to have quality English education for the children as well. And I think Malaysia is popping up on their maps more and more.
Yeah, you're right. I mean,
High role jobs, yeah.
I didn't even think about that actually. Having for international talent coming to Malaysia to set up bars. I mean, we do have a few, but it's definitely way smaller than the amount of Malaysian people who own the cocktail bars.
Can be more, will be more, I believe.
Okay, that's really interesting prediction. Let's hope it comes true.
I think more offerings that you understand what people want. You'll get a higher pool of consumers.
Does that come from having your ear to the ground? Being so close to the scene and kind of spotting what might become trendy, I guess.
I think we have no choice. We see so many things happening all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Right in front
because
of us.
you're living, breathing it, right? So
Yeah.
is that something like say John, you're going to open a new project, a new bar. Is that something you conceptualize around a trend you see happening, for example?
Not really a trend, but what's missing. I always like to say like what's missing. And if something's missing and no one's doing it, then I'll do it. If everyone's doing some same thing, I won't really do it. Like, our designs are unique, our drinks, style, service, everything's, I won't say it's very different, but it is unique to a point that is, it's Penrose. And I put myself as a guest, like, if there's just one bar in this place, I'd be like, cool. But if there's more and more people are going out, you're going to celebrate birthdays, you're going to have meetings, you're going to do this. So it's no longer like drinking.
Right.
It is intentional drinking of like, okay, I want to go out here because, this place, I can network. I got some friends there.
Right.
Or this place makes me feel good. The drinks are solid and I don't have a headache. So fixing all this, or not fixing, identifying what the problems are and creating a venue that offers that, I think is great. So Penrose is all about just someone next to you can talk. If not, you can talk to us. Second, few venues are something different that is kind of missing that. I want to go there because I'm alone, I'm tired, and make some friends. And John's there, so introduce me to 10 people. Right? Something like that.
I see.
Yeah. I mean, I could be wrong, but we'll see. I mean, time can only tell, but I can just do right at the point.
Okay. That's the end of my questions, and I actually have something, I say fun for you guys. It's a bit torturous, but fun. I've brought 4 spicy snacks that vary in terms of heat level, and I want to know if this can go as a bar snack or not. You guys like spicy food?
Yeah.
I love spicy.
Excellent. Okay. Amanda, thank you for a little bit of nice sparkling
Bubbly.
wine. Yeah,
Bubbly.
a little bit of bubbly to have. I think it will accelerate our spiciness, but yeah, let's dig in.
I mean, you only live once.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Ooh, nice. Okay. So the first snack we have is a cheesy jalapeno tortilla chip from New Zealand, actually. I think this would be relatively not that spicy.
Who supply you with everything?
I could be wrong.
Who supply you with everything?
I love to buy snacks. So I have,
Oh, sure.
I have like a treasure chest of just snacks I find interesting.
Is there a 3, 2, 1 or just go?
No, go. How is it? Just a little
Is there like
spicy.
a time frame that we need to wait for it to set in or something?
I have no idea. This is my first time trying all these actually.
That's all right.
But it's quite nice.
This is... spicy. Yeah, it's good. Next.
It's a proper tortilla chip.
It is, yeah.
I don't taste any jalapeno though.
Very tasty.
Do you guys like snacking?
Actually, I always snack at the bar. I eat all my garnishes.
Yes, yeah. Olives, maraschino cherries.
That's
No, because our garnishes, we got parmesan chips.
The parmesan chips is amazing.
We got salami.
Parmesan chip sounds amazing, yeah.
It actually got a bit of heat.
A little bit. Very,
Not.
very minor.
0.
0 for you. So
But very good. Very tasty.
delicious, but heat level 0 out of 10. Okay, I think like 1 for me.
0.5.
0.5 heat level.
One
Right.
means I have to feel something, so I start with like, oh damn.
Okay.
My one means like, oh okay, oh shit.
This is Takis. They're super famous in America, and this is the blue heat version. So sorry, your tongues and lips will be blue a little bit. But it says extreme here, so let's find out if it's true. Extreme. Holy sh! Doesn't smell like normal food.
Hey, wait, I think
Oh,
you
look at
need to
this.
see what it looks like.
Yeah. It looks really alien-like.
It looks illegal. Thank you. It looks so illegal.
It doesn't even look like food.
I mean, we talk about Malaysians being adventurous people with flavour, right?
It's not that spicy.
Yeah,
a
I
bit
got
like
one.
chili
I
padi.
got one.
This is a 1? Whoa. But this, I only tried 1. Try another one. Because
Maybe
that-
I think
two.
it's getting there.
Yeah, it's slowly building up.
It's so blue. What the hell? Thank you.
Actually, the sweetness of the wine is helping a little bit. I think the more you eat this, I can already feel it from 1. It's got a bit of lime in it, that's why.
Yeah.
Citric acid. Let's go.
Citric.
Actually, it's quite spicy. I think if I continue eating, I will.
I think if you finish a pack, yeah.
If you finish a pack, yes.
Yeah,
I mean, to be honest, like if the first chip you have kills you, there's no way you're finishing the pack.
2.5.
No, I think this one 0.5. So this one 2 lor.
I'll say
Okay.
this is 1 for me. Like, oh, okay,
Really?
a bit of a heat. Yeah.
You can start to feel something.
But then it's like I have 1, 3, and I'm done.
The next one is from Canada. It's called Hard Bite. And this is a ghost pepper, sweet ghost pepper
bit scared for this,
potato
actually,
chips.
yeah.
Yeah.
So am I. With you, the last one.
Don't smell it. It goes up, bro. Don't smell it.
Sorry, bad habit. Bad habit.
They have it as weapons. They spray in your face. You're like, give me the hit. Thank you.
Nothing artificial, it says.
I know, we're going to flip the bag and see.
Why?
It's not that spicy.
I think the blue is the sole winner.
Yeah, that
I
one
think the
was
blue
more
is spicier.
No, I think too healthy.
Too healthy.
Yeah, no cholesterol.
No, I think this has a secret.
No
like, if you
trans
eat it
fat.
quite a bit, right?
I think you're supposed to eat like half a bag. Then you can feel that it's spicy.
But people who like spicy meat don't. Do you really want to eat a half bag to get that sensation?
No, I want the first one to
Yeah,
give me
exactly,
spice.
right?
This one was...
Can I try that again? Thank you.
Yeah, winner.
The blue one wins so far?
So wow.
Yeah.
Great crunch.
It feels healthy though.
Yeah.
Not so
I
oily.
mean... You cheat me leh, say ghost pepper.
I've seen the videos of ghost pepper. They don't look friendly.
Yeah, it's on the
Cheat
cover.
my feelings. Nah.
Okay.
This has been around, huh?
What is this one?
all the chips are like...
No one wants to eat this in my house.
But
So
it's so cool, the chips. It's powder.
it's
Really?
Carolina Reaper flavored cheese sticks. I'm not looking forward to this. I think
Emoji?
I'm sweating a little bit.
Are you okay, bro?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. But the heat is coming, you know.
There's a sense of heat. You kind of like it.
This
You
one-
need wet. Yeah.
This one says real cheese, but it smells completely fake.
American cheese is real cheese. Off record.
When was
Now,
the
foam.
best before date? I mean, it's all
Oh my God.
artificial anyway.
It is
Got it.
it is not yummy, but it is spicy.
Really?
Yeah. You don't find that spicy?
Oh shit! Yeah, it's fucking
It's
hits.
it's a like a kick straight away.
Just comes out of nowhere.
Anything expired
Woo!
thing.
Probably.
It's like,
It's okay. If you
Yeah,
have
cardboard smell.
food poisoning, send me the bill.
Okay, this one wins. But
Instantly?
yeah, because it
I
was
mean, got
what?
spice lor, finally.
Which one can work with cocktails?
The first and the third.
You're right. This is too sour and sweet.
There's the takis is actually nice, but you cannot pair it with a lot of other flavors.
stand up
lah.
too much.
I
That's
think-
the thing.
Flavor-wise, the tortilla chip and maybe the potato chip. I like the potato chip because it's not that crazy spicy.
This is actually really nice
Yeah,
texture.
this is expensive
Yeah.
chips.
Yeah,
Man, I only ate two.
no feeling.
You guys eat one.
This is nice.
We got to go to New World Thai food and eat.
Where's that?
Let's say in Jalan Alor.
Oh,
Pretty spicy.
Good
Yeah.
recommendation from John.
The cutout is just you and me going like nom 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 nom.
The B-roll. The B-roll. Okay, guys. So which one wins?
What's
Which one wins?
I mean,
as a snack on its own. But if you want to have it with drinks, then it's these two guys.
I'll go
Okay.
for this one as the winner.
Yeah, lao fong liao.
Yeah, sorry about that.
At least he had a good death.
Good there.
But it's freaking spicy, man. I mean, I wouldn't eat that normally, lah.
It hits. This
I like
is
the blue
You
stuff.
guys are enjoying it way more than I thought you would. The takis.
yeah.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Funnily enough, this was the snack that kind of kickstarted the idea for the show. So last year, I was kind of drunk at home, and I wanted to have something to snack on, you know. And I opened my cupboard, and I saw a bag of takis, the regular flavored ones. They are like actually red color, lah. They're called fuego. They're chili lime flavored. And I was about to eat it, and I was like, hey, what if I make the show about snacks? And obviously, it didn't become about snacks, but I wanted snacks to be part of the show because I thought it'd be a great way for people to try. You guys are digging down, man.
I do the jump shop.
You can buy it here now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can buy it at Village Roaster.
Take
Okay,
my
nice.
money.
Yeah. Dude,
You're listening.
this actual sweat from this Carolina Reaper, man.
Yeah, I'm feeling a bit warm after like a little bit.
Oh, this is so nice.
So you really like spicy food.
So this is sour, kind of hits it. Yeah. Parents, you're saying like snacks as a inspiration for the show. Then
Oh,
This blue thing.
right. So I wanted to bring people like you guys to come and taste the snacks and talk about the snacks. But then I thought maybe the snack shouldn't be the central focus. It should be the people coming on the show. Yeah. So I reworked it and
is that cause real snacks?
it's snackable.
Didn't
Snackable.
get it. She didn't get it.
I'm a full meal. What are you talking about?
you're
The full meal. Damn. Yeah. Okay.
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 But I don't like the colouring.
Yeah.
Don't mess with my makeup, man.
Go. All right. I think that's it, guys. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
No, amazing.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
for
having us,
having
brother.
us.
Thank you so much. Cheers. One more time.
2025.
2025!
2025. That's all I say. 2025.
I'm Tian, and thanks for tuning in to Chew on This, where I'll always be bringing you in on the crowd.